Hello, everybody. This is Caroline at Create Your Future. We are a channel that talks about law of assumption. Welcome to everyone. If you are new, we are so happy to have you on the channel now. So today I want to go over the techniques and how often we need to do them because I'm getting a lot of questions. So why do we do the techniques and what is the purpose of the work? Okay, so law of assumption. What is going on here and why do we do this work? Basically, very simple, thoughts create. So we practice mental diet. A mental diet is to consciously choose our thoughts because our thoughts are being mirrored in our 3D reality. So when we randomly think, our life can be chaotic, right? And that's when we experience things that we are not too thrilled with. When we experience anxiety, doubt, fear, regrets, same thing. We have in our 3D reality experiences that are less than satisfying. When we want to have what we want to have, when we want to be who we want to be, when we want to experience the type of lifestyle that we want to experience, when we want to manifest exactly what we want to, what we want to, when we want to have what we want to have, then we have to be very cautious about the type of thoughts that we think. So this is a practice like anything else. At first, we have to be very aware. We have to be very careful. We're learning like a baby learns how to walk. We fall, we get up, and we start all over again, right? As we go, it gets easier and easier. We keep on stumbling. It doesn't matter. We keep on doing it. It's an ever learning journey. Is it without fault? No. Do we sometimes get like a perfect straight line? Do our people get this done without a fault? I've never seen it. Is it possible? Maybe it is. I've never seen it. You know what? Some people do it super well. Some people manifest so beautifully. They really get beautiful life where everything is easy, where everything is smooth, where they really get what they want, where life is enjoyable. They have good health. They don't seem to age. They don't have any difficulties of whatsoever. There's no obstacles that come their way. If there's an obstacle, it's always easily resolved because they can catch it soon enough and they know how to transform immediately, and they can affirm right away and say, this is already resolved. They say it in their mind, this is already resolved, and that's it. The problem gets resolved, right? They have the relationships that they want. They get to have the lifestyle that they want. So it's a practice. And as they practice it, it gets easier and easier. It gets better and better. So how do we get there? Just like probably anything in life that you practice, that you learn. That's something you do, and you do with discipline. Now, we use techniques, right? So first of all, we don't have to use techniques. Thinking, that's something we do. We think nonstop, right? We cannot stop thinking. So you choose your thoughts. You try to get clean thoughts, meaning you think thoughts that will back up the results in your 3D. They will match what it is that you want to see in your 3D reality. So if you start thinking crazy things that will, manifest as the exact opposite, then you start catching yourself, and you are going to stop yourself from thinking that way. If you want to manifest a beautiful relationship with your specific person, but every time you think about your specific person, you have only you only rehearse in your mind you fighting with your specific person, you only rehearse in your mind arguing with your specific person, it's going to be difficult to imagine that you're going to have a beautiful evening with your specific person, or a beautiful weekend with your specific person. If you want to plan that you're going to have a wonderful vacation with your specific person, but every time your specific person comes to mind, you're insulting your specific person because you are blaming your specific person for everything you think they did wrong, that is not going to play out in your favor. So you have to catch yourself in those moments and start seeing your specific person as the person that you want them to be. And you have to see yourself interacting with your specific person the way you would want this relationship to play out. So when you start thinking about you two together, how do you talk to each other? Do you blame your specific person because they did that wrong and they said that and you didn't like it and you cannot believe they did this 10 years ago, right? And you regret that they did this, or you regret that they didn't do that, and you blame them for doing this. You know what I'm saying? Do you go back in your mind with all those regrets and arguments? If you do that, it's going to be very hard to manifest a beautiful, blissful relationship. So you have to be strict and disciplined and clean those thoughts. And now when you think of you and a specific person, you have to imagine the ideal relationship. How do you want this relationship to look like? And practice in your mind. That would be a technique, right? Practice in your mind how you would interact. Practice in your mind what your specific person would say to you, and vice versa, what you would say to them. I would do that, for instance, every time you think about them and your mind goes the wrong way when you start being upset with them. That would be one thing. Now, how often do you need to script? There's no rule. Whenever you feel like it. I know people who love and adore scripting. They need to write. They feel like their magical energy is in the scripting, and they script every day, several times a day, or one long session. They start and they can't stop. 45 minutes, an hour. That's where they feel powerful. Then do it. Other people, they hate it. They don't do it. Then don't do it. If it feels like a chore, if it feels not good to you, do not do it. All right. The main thing is it always has to feel right. So you don't need to do a technique. You don't need to script. You don't need to do a visual, a vision. How do you call them? Vision board. You don't need to meditate, or you don't need to do any techniques if you don't feel like it. You only do them as a tool to help you focus. You do them if you need that support of the help to help you focus. Other than that, some people just can do it naturally, because all you need to do is to think, right? What we're talking about here is their thoughts. So if you can do what you have to do during the day, let's say, you're busy, you have to work, you have to do this, if you can attend to all your business and you can interact with your family, your friends, whatever. You can go by your day and feel normal about it. And then when you think about what it is that you want to manifest and just do your affirmations at that moment and just be on point, good. If during the day, while you're doing what you're supposed to do, you start going in all directions and start panicking about your manifestation and start doubting and being afraid that it's not going to happen, then that's when you need to get a grip and breathe, recenter, and start again refocusing and affirming. So it depends on where you are. It depends on your level of, I would say, of panic, meaning on how grounded you are, and on your ability to focus. For me, for instance, I usually say them in the morning once, and that's it. Then I can do whatever I need to do, and I feel pretty good about my day. And I don't need to go to revisit what I have to say. If there is something that is scaring me, sometimes it happens. I'm not invisible. I didn't say invisible, invincible. I'm not Iron Man. So if I have something troublesome in my life, then yes, I would spend more time and I would script. That happens. But if it's something lighter, because I've been practicing and doing this for so long, one session in the morning, that's enough. I do a rampage out loud and I'm good to go. I like to say it out loud because I feel like I'm fully focused into it. You don't have to do it out loud. But to me, it allows me to not wander and have my mind think about something else. You know what I'm saying? Start, because sometimes we start and then boom, we wander somewhere else. So when we speak out loud, it's a technique. Again, it's just a technique. It's a technique for me to stay on track. So that's it. Techniques are just a way for you to stay on track. How often and when, it will be up to you. The mental diet, pretty much, I would say all the time, you stay on your mental diet, right? But the techniques, it depends on you, and it depends on where you are. It depends on your on how also, I'm not going to say the level of panic, but if you need to calm yourself down, you might want to do some meditation just to recenter, to be more in touch with yourself and feel like, okay, everything is fine. I'm okay. I'm the center of my own universe. I'm in charge. It's only my thoughts. Only I can think my own thoughts. So therefore, there is nothing to worry. I got this. Talk to yourself, calm yourself down way, and then you can regroup and then go back to it. All right, guys. So and you have a beautiful week. Until next time. Bye-bye.